Boom. That should be Twitch. Okay. My God. I'm so sorry for that. Normally start at 12. Didn't start at 12. My fault there. Sorry about that. 100% my fault. Take full responsibility. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I was trying to tinker with it a bit. Turning it off and on again. That's the basic thing about technologies. Turn it off and on again. It would work. Ugh, but that did fuck up my fucking... fuck me, man. Sorry.
Compton, California. A man drives his truck into the parking lot.
I think you know Suge Knight, right? Right? Solo, you must know Suge Knight, right? Same old reaction, speak about shit, talking. Haven't really been into gaming right now. I don't know why. Just really haven't been into it. Tupac Shakur, Dr. Dre, the label manager. Call 42. I know that's not allowed on Twitch, right? But that is allowed on Kick. I know that for sure. I don't know. Yeah. So you do know Tupac Shakur. Okay. That's good, right? Yeah. Okay. I gotta fix this later. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We're just gonna watch a video from the same guy we watched yesterday. I like his videos more. I don't know, just more insightful. I guess. Yeah, that's probably it.
Of a burger stand called Tams.
It's about the issue. Robertson. I don't know. I don't think. No, I don't think I've ever watched it. Actually, let me just be honest with you. I don't think I've actually watched it or ever watched it. Yeah, no, I haven't watched it. I know. Well, maybe we'll watch clips. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I think you could watch free ads on here. Yeah. Okay. I'm talking about Kick. I know Kick. You can watch it on Kick. Talking about Twitch because I'm streaming on both platforms right now. So I'm kind of confused on where they stand on actual like movies. That's where I'm kind of confused about where they actually stand on like movies. I don't know. But yeah, let's just get into this video and just chat along the way, you know?
Burgers. There's an altercation. He reverses.
Oh, I get what you... Okay, cool.
He goes forward. Two men go down. One of the men is a 55-year-old businessman named Terry Carter. He dies from his injuries within the hour. And Terry Carter wasn't just a random person in the parking lot. He was connected to the world the story comes from. Someone had known the driver of that truck for...
You like what I did with the camera? I did a little bit tweaking, I did a little bit fixing when I finished the stream yesterday. You know what? I'm like, I should try to make this stream better for Solo. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, Solo is my only person in here chatting with me. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try improving it for you, my boy. This is all for you. I'm trying to improve the whole stream, make it more entertaining, not really a new background, but like a new camera filter there. You like it? You like it, Solo? I know you do.
years. The driver eventually flees the scene. Hours later, police have him in custody.
Breaking news out of LA, a music industry mogul under arrest after a deadly hit and run. Suge Knight, a hip hop figure who's had run-ins with the law in the past.
That man was Marion Suge Knight. Now, if you know hip hop history, you already know the name and the face.
I just want to try this one for today, because you can see my face, You came here for me, not my bike. You came here for me, not my bike. I'm just saying, I should be the star. Like, this whole should be me. I'm joking. But yeah, no, maybe I'll bring in the bike for like an appearance though. I'll bring in the bike for an appearance. You never know. It's kind of missing you back there. It's like, oh my God, why am I not in the camera?
And if you don't, you're about to find out. Because for a long stretch of the 1990s, Suge Knight ran one of the most powerful and dangerous record labels the music industry had ever seen, Death Row Records. Dr. Dre.
I appreciate that compliment, It's a compliment to me. I appreciate it.
Snoop Dogg, Tupac Shakur, some of the most important names in rap history, all passed through that label during one of hip-hop's most iconic eras. And at the center of it all was Suge Knight, not just as a businessman, as a presence, as someone the entire music industry knew not to cross. He didn't build that reputation by accident. He built it deliberately, through fear, intimidation, and control. And for a while, it worked. It worked better than almost anyone could have predicted. But that's exactly what this video is about, because that same energy that made Suge Knight feel untouchable, that same operating system, eventually became the thing that trapped him. Before we get into any of what made Suge Knight who he became, we need to start at the beginning, because the beginning doesn't look anything like the ending. Marion Hugh Knight Jr. was born on April 19, 1965, in Compton, California. His father gave him the nickname Suge, short for Sugar Bear, because as a kid, he was apparently sweet-natured, gentle even. His mother Maxine once told a magazine, "My son is the type of person who still sends me roses all the time." And I want you to really peep the contrast.
Like, I would understand what... You know what? I take that as a compliment. I'm just saying, hey, thank you, Solo. You bring up my confidence, I was here this morning. I was like, low-key, I was here this morning. Now I'm up here because of that. So I thank you. No. No. Yeah, thank you.
Because that's not the Suge Knight that we knew. Growing up, Suge poured most of his energy into sports. He was a football track star at Linwood High School, not far from Compton, earning letters all 4 years. He was good enough to get a scholarship to El Camino College, and then good enough to transfer to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And during his first year on defense, he won Rookie of the Year. His own coach described him as Super Bowl material, the kind of guy you love having on your side. So this wasn't a kid with no options or nothing like that. Suge had a real path, a very legitimate one, and Suge got as close as you.
It's so weird, right? Yesterday's stream. Was I questioning you sometimes? Yes, let's be honest. I was, I was questioning you. But I remembered, you're just weird like that. So I just stopped questioning at that point. Solo, no, like I just stopped questioning you at that point. Like I'm just saying.
Can without fully making it. He went undrafted in the 1987 NFL draft, but he was still invited to Los Angeles Rams training camp. He got cut before the season, but then when NFL players went on strike in 1987, Suge came back as a replacement player and actually played 2 games for the Rams. 2 games, that's how close he got. But when it became clear the NFL wasn't going to be his long-term path, Suge decided to pivot. He started working as a bodyguard. One of his clients was Bobby Brown. He did concert promotion work.
It's just my personality, if only you could read.
And little by little, he started making connections inside the music industry. And this is where the story starts to shift, because Suge had spent most of his life understanding size, pressure, presence, and physical dominance. On a football field, those things can make you valuable, but when that same energy enters the music business, it becomes something different. Because as much as people love to talk about the music industry has always been mostly business, contracts, ownership, leverage, control. And Suge seemed to understand something early. In that world, power doesn't always go to the most talented person. Sometimes it goes to the person who can apply the most pressure. So when the NFL door closed, Suge didn't leave those instincts behind. He just found a different arena to use them in. And the music business, especially in the late 1980s and early 1990s, was about to find that out. So by the late 1980s, Suge Knight had his foot in the door of the music industry. Suge was just someone who knew how to navigate in different environments, and he knew how to adapt. And so eventually Suge started his own music publishing company. Small operation, but it put him in the right rooms. And it wasn't long before those rooms started producing results. Not always through convention.
Bro, I had some raw muffin mix and it's really fucking me up. And it's burned my throat. Going back door. Damn, I'm sorry. Much info. Hey, first question I'm gonna ask: why? Like, why the raw muffin mixture? I don't get it. I swear to God, every single day I stream, you just come up with you just tell me the most unhinged information ever. Because I'm too lazy. Like 50. Okay. So you're just late. Okay. You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do. I really do.
Means. Now, the first story most people bring up is Vanilla Ice. Now, I want to be a little careful here because this story has been told 100 different ways, and some versions of it are more legend than fact. Let's just put it like that. So let me tell you what's actually confirmed. So Suge Knight had an associate named Mario Johnson, who had a writing credit connected to Vanilla Ice's hit, Ice Ice Baby, and Suge Knight believed royalties were owed, so he went to collect a check. Now, what happened next, depending on who you ask, ranges from a firm conversation to something a lot more threatening. So the most famous version of that story is that Suge dangled Vanilla Ice over a hotel balcony until he agreed to sign over the royalties. Vanilla Ice himself has denied that specific detail. He said the balcony story, as it's been told, didn't happen that way. Honestly, sounds like something Suge would do, right? I kind of believe the balcony story, I'll be honest with you. What do you think? Now, this is what Vanilla Ice has confirmed. Suge Knight and several armed men showed up in his hotel room. One of his bodyguards was slapped and disarmed. And after that meeting, however exactly it went, Vanilla Ice signed over the royalties. Honestly, it sounds like he was dangled over a balcony. Because why would he sign it over? I mean, he was afraid, obviously. I would be afraid too if Suge Knight pulled up on you, right? But what do you guys think? Do you think...
I mean, let's be honest, it's more interesting than most of the shit right now on my fucking YouTube feed. Yeah, it's just much more interesting. Let me just be frank with you. Much more interesting. And plus, you're not giving me ideas. Solo, you're not giving me ideas at all. So I'm sorry if I'm trying to watch something I think it's exciting and interesting, and you are not giving me ideas. I'm just here to spread their wisdom. What type of wisdom do you want to spread? What type of wisdom? I want to know. I really want to know what type of wisdom you want to spread. Because I'm all for it. Spread the wisdom. I'm all for it. Go ahead.
That he was dangled over a balcony? Or do you think that didn't happen? Vanilla Ice stated that Suge's message to him was essentially, "This is my city. You want to be here, you pay." So the balcony part has been disputed. I still kind of believe it. But the confrontation, the armed men, and the pressure that led to royalties being signed over confirmed by Vanilla Ice himself. Now around the same time, something else was happening that would end up being a lot more significant. Dr. Dre was signed to Ruthless Records, the label run by Eazy-E and his manager, Jerry Heller. Dr. Dre wanted out. The details of why is a whole nother story. But the short version is that the situation had become uncomfortable enough that Dre was looking for an exit, and so Suge Knight actually became that exit. According to Jerry Heller's own memoir, Suge Knight and a group of associates showed up to Ruthless Record offices with baseball bats and lead pipes and made it very clear that Dre's contract was going to be released. And according to Jerry Heller, he described it as a direct physical threat, not a negotiation. So this comes from Jerry Heller. It's his version of events from his book. However, Suge Knight has never publicly confirmed it in those exact terms, but it's been corroborated enough by journalists and industry observers over the years that it's
You're gonna... What are you gonna do? You're gonna hate me. Okay. Why?
treated as credible reporting, not as established legal fact, but as the most detailed account we have of how that situation actually went down. What isn't disputed though is that Dre left Ruthless and he went straight to Suge. In 1991, Death Row Records was founded, marrying Suge Knight, Dr. Dre, and the DOC. At its core, it was a rap label, but from the very beginning, the way it was built reflected exactly how Suge operated. Funding for the label reportedly came in part from a man named Michael Harris, known as Harry O, who was serving a prison sentence at the time. The connection between Harris and Death Row's early financing has been confirmed through court-related reporting and legal proceedings.
I'm planning a trip to Australia for the big 21st birthday with my friends. If you are planning a trip to come here, I mean, come here. You're gonna see us on news probably. Detailed, yeah. You know what? Hey, Australia is open to everybody. If you act right, if you're acting respectful though. But it's open to anybody. Like, I can't really stop you. I can just warn you. Be careful, alright? There's some bullshit happening here, so just be careful. Don't make the locals hate you. That's all I have to say. Don't make the locals hate you. Trust me. You wouldn't like it if they don't like you.
Harris himself
I'm kidding. I just want to get drunk and bust out somewhere random. You'll be joining most of Australia then. Because that's like a daily occurrence here. Getting drunk and just fucking causing problems.
later sued over royalties. However, that's a whole nother story. So at this point in the story, I just want you to take away this. Suge Knight entered the music industry with no artists initially, right? No record, no studio. What he had was a reputation, a physical presence, and the willingness to apply pressure in situations where most people would have sent a lawyer. He got royalties from Vanilla Ice. He got Dr. Dre.
I'm kidding. Drinking isn't something I really... Ooh, actually, I agree with you that nowadays, let me just be honest. If I get invited out to drink, I normally just refuse. I don't like drinking alcohol. I really don't like anything that takes the ability for me to think and make decisions. I think that scares me most. Not being able to have function over my body. You know? I think that's like one of my biggest fears. Because again, if I do something wrong, I want to know that I did it fully aware. You know? I want to know I did it fully aware. But if that ability is taken away from me, then I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm the weirdo. But that's just my stance, though.
out of a contract at Ruthless. He got funding. He got distribution. He got a label. None of that happened through conventional business channels. It happened because the people on the other side of those situations made a calculation that whatever Suge was asking for was worth less than whatever would happen if they said no. That's not luck. That's a strategy. A specific, deliberate, dangerous strategy. And in 1991, with Death Row Records officially open for business, that strategy was about to scale up in ways nobody.
Well, I could give you idea. Okay, yeah, I'll be happy. If you can do that, that'll be awesome. Do that. That would be awesome if you could do that. You know? That would be awesome.
could have predicted. And here's where the story shifts, because everything we just talked about, the publishing company, the confrontations, the way Suge moved.
I like watching deep dives, conspiracy theories, and documentaries type videos. In general, I only play like gaming videos when I'm like literally just passive listening, not fully focused or like attentive. That's my three favorite things to watch. You know? I'm sounding like an old individual. I can't even lie. I really am sounding like an old individual. I don't know. I feel like I'm old. You know what? After this video, for sure, let's watch some real lacrosse. For sure. Yeah, 100%. Let's watch lacrosse. I like just to finish off a video before I move on to the next one. Just in case, you know.
To the music industry. That was the setup, and what came next was the payoff. For a stretch of time in the 1990s, Death Row Records was generally one of the most powerful forces in American music, not just in hip-hop, in music period. It started with Dr. Dre. In 1992, after Dr. Dre released The Chronic, through Death Row, the reception to that album changed the direction of West Coast hip-hop. The production style, the sound, all of it. The album eventually went triple platinum, and it
But back on. Nah, just be yourself. This whole chat is for people just to be themselves. Like, I don't really care how weird you are, right? I don't really care how weird you are. Just be respectful about it. That's all I care about. I don't really care. Like, again, I befriended someone that ate his own poop once. So, well, many times. But yeah. So yeah, I really could care less. If you're weird, I really could. I think being weird is just part of human nature, you know?
introduced the world to a young rapper named Snoop Dogg. A year later, Snoop dropped Doggy Style, and those were the two biggest rap records the genre had seen at that point.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
Death Row wasn't
That's
just in the conversation.
I am so excited for your friend to join, you know? So excited. Oh my God.
It was the conversation. And Suge Knight was at the center of all of it. Not as an artist, not as a producer, but the person who controlled the environment, who set the tone, who made sure everyone around him understood exactly how things worked. Death Row was reportedly generating around $100 million a year in revenue. That's an estimated figure.
Okay.
So it was a serious commercial operation at the top of the industry. And then there was these Source Awards, one of the most talked about moments in hip-hop award show history. Suge Knight gets on stage and says, and I'm paraphrasing, that any artist who doesn't want their executive producer all over their videos, all over their records dancing, should come to Death Row. Everybody in that room knew exactly what he was saying and who he was talking about. It wasn't just beef, it was a public declaration of dominance, and Suge was telling the whole industry that he was on smoke. And at that point in 1995, he had the receipts to back it up. That same year, Tupac Shakur was in prison, serving time on a sexual assault conviction. He was one of the most recognizable names in rap at that point, and he was sitting inside a cell.
Damn, my man was 5'11". He was 5'11". That's fairly tall, for sure. That's fairly tall. Yeah, that's very tall. Yeah, I mean, he's a giant, right? In the 5 foot realm, he's a giant. But I did not know he was 5'11" though. I mean, I didn't even know he was 5'11". Let's just be honest. I thought he was like 5'8" or something, because he looks very short in videos. He looks like a shadow. He looks like the unlockable characters, you know, in NBA or in WWE more. The people that you haven't unlocked yet, he looks just like that.
Suge Knight went to give him an offer. Death Row would post the $1.4 million needed to get him out on bail in exchange for Tupac signing with the label. Tupac took the deal. After the release of All Eyez on Me in 1996, Tupac was everywhere, and Death Row was everywhere. Suge Knight at that point was what it looked like at his peak. I just want to slow down for a second and point something out. because this part of the story is very easy to get lost in. The platinum records, the cultural moments, the names, and all of that was real. Death Row was on top during that period. However, what also matters is the environment inside the record label. So Dr. Dre had a 50% ownership stake in Death Row, and Dre actually ended up walking away from it voluntarily with essentially nothing just to get out of that environment. That was not a business decision. That was a survival decision. And when the person who built the
Just seem to like this guy's content. Yeah, I do. I do like his content because he actually gives proper information out. And he actually has a good head to himself. He doesn't vouch for one group at all. So if he's doing a video about black people, he doesn't always vouch for black people or try to pan it towards them. Also going with the other races as well. He's actually just straight factual. So I like him. I like his videos a lot. He's very entertaining.
founder of your label makes that decision. That tells you something about what was happening inside those walls that the platinum records weren't showing. Death Row in the mid-90s looked like an empire. The music was undeniable. The artists were magnetic. The revenue was enormous. And Suge Knight had built a reputation that made the entire music industry take him seriously in a way that most executives never achieve. But the same thing that made Death Row feel untouchable was also making it unstable. The fear that kept people in line was also the thing that kept people from being honest, keeping people from pushing back when decisions were bad. Because empires built on fear don't fall from outside pressure, they collapse from the inside. September 7th, 1996, Las Vegas, Nevada. Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur are at the MGM Grand to watch Mike Tyson fight Bruce Seldon. At this point, Death Row is at the height of its power. All Eyes on Me has already dropped. Tupac is one of the most famous people on the planet, and Suge is right there with him, at ringside in Las Vegas,
man.
in what should have been a victory lap moment. After the fight in the lobby of the MGM Grand, a confrontation breaks out. Tupac, Suge, and people around him get into a physical altercation with another group of men. The whole thing is caught on surveillance cameras. Now here's why that matters beyond just the fight itself. Suge Knight was on probation at the time. A physical altercation, especially one caught on camera, was a direct violation of those terms. In one night, at what should have been a victory lap moment, he handed the legal system exactly what it needed. Later that same night, Tupac Shakur was shot multiple times in a drive-by while riding in Suge's BMW. Suge was grazed by shrapnel. Tupac was rushed to the hospital. He died 6 days later on September 13th, 1996. I'm not going to get into the theories around what happened that night. That's a whole separate conversation and not what this video is about. What I will say is that the death of Tupac Shakur changed Death Row Records in ways.
What is that supposed to mean? Damn, you locked in. What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean?
It never recovered from. The label's most electric artist was gone. The cloud around the label got darker, and Suge Knight, because of the MGM Grand fight, was looking at serious prison time. He was sentenced to 9 years for the probation violation. Served approximately 5, was released in August of 2001. And right there, right at that moment, is where a different man might have made a different choice. But Suge didn't make a different choice. What followed over the next decade and a half was a pattern. Not one bad moment, not one unlucky situation. A pattern. And I want to walk you through it quickly. Not to pile on, but because the pattern is the point.
It's weird after because the reason why I'm looking down is because my monitor's kind of lower. It's like literally on my desk. It's weird, but that's how I play games, and that's how I'm just used to it at this point. Yeah, I do look up when I like need to face the camera and just tell you something. But yeah, it's just that.
2001,
it's weird.
He was back in legal trouble with him.
It's a weird way to have your monitor. All right, my spine's cooked. Well, yeah, I think so. I don't think I have scoliosis though. But hey, we had to
in a year, a probation violation for moving without notifying his parole officer and associating with known gang members.
Now?
In 2003. He punched a parking lot valet outside a Hollywood nightclub and served 10 months. In 2005, he was shot in the leg at an MTV VMAs pre-party in Miami. No arrests were ever made. That same year, he was picked up on a marijuana charge. Then in 2006, something happened that didn't involve a courtroom, but might have been the most significant development of all. Death Row filed for bankruptcy. A court-appointed trustee took over due
Damn.
to what the judge described
What,
as
are you an English teacher or something? That's what my English teacher always used to tell me. Stand up straight or sit straight or whatever.
gross mismanagement. The label that had generated an estimated $100 million a year was gone, auctioned off eventually.
I don't want to have to push you around in a wheelchair in 20 years. Hey, hello. Oh my god. New people or a new individual, a new person just joined the Kick chat. So, hey, welcome. Come join Solo. And I, you know, uh, we've only known each other for a week, but I feel like I knew Solo for 30 years. Don't do the maths. Just agree with it. Oh my god.
Done. The empire was done. It was over. However, the behavior continued. In
Well,
2008,
quick question. That song you sent me yesterday, Solo, was it from you? Or was it from Asto? I'm just gonna call him A. That name, I can't pronounce it. I'm just gonna call him A. Was that from you, Solo, or was that from A? Which one was it? Who sent that? It was sent by you, but like, who wanted me to watch that though? I just need clarifications. Okay, so it was you. All right. Okay.
Las Vegas once again. Suge was accused of being involved in an incident with a woman that led to charges including drug possession.
Does he send you? Hey, does he send you stuff like that all the time, or is that like a This is my best friend. He can explain how weird I am. Damn. So you're already accustomed to his weirdness, then. You're already accustomed to it, so
Domestic violence and felony assault with a deadly weapon.
That's
I want to be clear,
nice.
these were accusations and not charges, not convictions. But he posted bail and was reportedly arrested again.
Rap beef songs. Yeah, he does. Yep, he gets me to react to rap beef songs all the time, for sure. I know that part of him.
Again, the very next day on additional charges. In 2012, he was pulled over in Las Vegas with marijuana in the car, multiple outstanding warrants, and a suspended license. In 2013,
Don't hold back, Benjamin. Tell him everything. Everything.
he was arrested on an
And I think some secrets are just nice being kept, secrets. I don't think I need to know all of them,
outstanding warrant during a traffic stop in Los Angeles. And then 2014, which deserves a little more information because of what it tells you about where things were heading. There's another situation, and this time it happened in West Hollywood at a pre-VMAs party. Suge Knight was shot 6 times. He survived surgery, and afterward, he refused to cooperate with police investigators. It was never known who shot him. That same year, 2014, he was arrested with comedian Cat Williams for allegedly stealing a...
I don't think what you have to say is that bad. All right. Solo, I don't think what you have to say is that bad. Where it was just nuke everything. I don't think so.
photographer's camera in Beverly Hills. Charged with robbery. I want to be precise here, charged, not convicted. That case was ultimately resolved later. But the charge alone was significant. Given his prior criminal history, that robbery charge carried the potential for up to 30 years to life under California's sentencing laws. And then in 2014, he was charged with sending threatening text messages to F. Gary Gray, the director who had been hired to make the Straight Outta Compton biopic, the movie about the era.
Can't even lie, this movie slapped hard. I can't even lie. Straight Outta Compton, that shit went crazy. I fucking loved it. Oh my god. Hey, let him clean. Let him clean. If he needs to clean, he needs to clean. But yeah, I genuinely loved Straight Outta Compton. That movie was so fucking good. Like it was good. It was fucking good. Oh, you know, that's good. I mean, that's good. That's very good.
Suge helped build, the movie he wasn't even invited to be a part of. So let's zoom out for a second and look
Hey,
at
being an artist isn't gay. You know, drawing gay art is gay, but being an artist in general isn't gay. You know, I think being a furry is a different question, though. If we're talking about furries, that's a whole different question. But yeah, you know, keep going. You know,
what we're actually looking at here. By 2014, Death Row was gone. The money was largely gone. The artists had all moved on, some to massive success, some to tragedy, but all of them away from Suge. The legal system had given him suspended sentences, probation, and multiple chances to recalibrate, and again and again and again. So this pattern just kept on happening. And the world Suge had built his power inside no longer existed. But Suge was still operating like it did, still moving like a man whose reputation alone could clear a room, still reaching for the same tools: pressure, intimidation, confrontation that had worked in 1991. But the
yeah, I know you don't agree with that stuff. So
problem was, this wasn't the 90s anymore. There were cameras everywhere, and the same kind of confrontation that once built Suge's reputation was about to become evidence against him. In early 2015, a biographical film about NWA was in production, Straight Outta Compton, a movie covering one of the most significant eras in West Coast hip-hop history. Dr. Dre and Ice Cube were both involved in the project. Suge Knight was not. He was
yeah, I'm talking to the black man on my stream. You're very rude. How am I rude? I've been nothing but respectful. I think.
wasn't invited to participate in a film that covered an era he had a direct hand in building, and that exclusion bothered Suge Knight. So Suge was basically angry about being left out, and on top of that, Suge was also unhappy about how he was being portrayed.
Well, technically I said I don't mind you being weird. I never said I don't like. Oh. Yeah, I did say you were weird. That is true. I did say you were weird. But I didn't say I didn't like that you were weird. I'm just saying I don't mind that you're weird. It's different, you know? It's different. So well, okay, Melon yesterday. I don't know how to explain this. His music taste wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I did add one of his songs. I did add one of his one of the songs into my playlist. It wasn't bad. I finished the rest of the song. Off stream, not on stream. I finished off stream. But yeah, A's right. Everyone is weird. That is true. I don't think I'm weird though. So yeah. Everyone else is weird except me. That's all I'm gonna say. Everyone else is weird except me. No, like one of the songs wasn't bad. I'm like not even kidding you. One of the songs wasn't bad. I actually quite liked that one of them. The rest was not good, but one of the songs wasn't bad. Oh, okay, yeah. If A wants to hear it, then for sure, for sure, for sure. I maybe he might like it. He's an artiste, right? An artiste I know are known for liking weird things that most people don't like. So he might like it. So there's some hidden gem songs through his music's taste. Who's not mine? Not mine. I like classical music. I like 80s to 90s music, you know. I like some rap music, not all, but I like some rap music. But this music we listened to, Solo and I listened to yesterday, maybe you might like it. I definitely didn't. I liked one of the songs, but not all of them.
the film, not as a visionary or a businessman, but as an enforcer, as someone defined by violence and intimidation. I mean, that's
He's also an animator part-time. Oh my god, that's funny. He switch he switches costumes every single day. It's like, today I think I'll be an animator and I'll be a gay man today, I'm not black today. Today I'm just gonna be something else. Oh, okay. Okay. A likes going out of his comfort zone. I like that. I like that about people. They like going out on their comfort zone. So I like that. W mans.
really who he was at the end of the day, so I don't know why you would be mad at that. And we already know that months before any of this came to a head, Suge had been charged with sending threatening communications to F. Gary Gray, the director of that film. That charge was already pending before January 29th even arrived. On January,
We all have a little bit of white women inside us. We all have a little bit, we all have a little bit of white women inside us. Like, let's be honest, all right? We do. I don't know how it would come out, but we do.
January 29th, 2015, Suge Knight drove to a location connected to the Straight Outta Compton production. He asked to meet with Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. He was turned away, and at that location, he got into a verbal confrontation with a man named Cleabone Sloan. Cleabone Sloan was a Compton native and a former gang member who had transitioned into film work. He was serving as a consultant and advisor on the Straight Outta Compton production, someone who understood the world the film was depicting.
Hey, Solo and A, do you like Tubi? Have you watched Tubi before? Okay. Okay, alright. Alright, Solo, I read that comment. Okay, alright. I don't know what you're implying there. So, I don't think I have an answer to that, because I don't know what you're implying there. I'm just saying, have you watched Tubi? That's all I wanted to ask.
Because he had lived inside it. After that initial confrontation, Suge drove to Tams.
Yes, my grandmother loves that. Oh, rip. Damn. I'm sorry hearing that. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. That your grandmother loved watching Tubi. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is such a heartbreaking thing to discover. Such heartbreak right there. But yeah, no. If your grandmother actually died, I don't know you personally, so I don't know. But if you do, I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm more sorry that your grandmother watched Tubi. She did love that. She did love the old Superman show. Andy Griffin. Oh, okay. So yeah, true. Because you can find those on Tubi for sure. Hey, I'm not laughing at your grandmother per se. I was just laughing at my jokes. All right. Sometimes my jokes don't land. I laugh at myself to make me feel better. No, at least somebody's laughing, right?
Burgers, a burger stand in Compton, not far from the production. And that's where things became irreversible. And at this particular location, there was going to be a victim. His name is Terry Carter. Now, before we get into what actually happened, really quickly, I just want to talk about
Mine liked the Wild West show. Yeah. That is true. A's right, Oh, that is true. I don't know if this is gonna make me sound like a crazy person, but I don't know. I don't know if I should be sharing this with you. I don't know. I don't know if I should be sharing this with you. I don't know. It'll make me look weird. It make me kind of look like a psychopath, basically. If I said this, but I don't know.
Terry Carter before we go any further, because he deserves more than just being a name in this story.
My grandmother was a thug for real back in the day. I've heard stories. What?
Terry was a 55-year-old businessman,
That's
a
funny.
Compton figure who founded and ran a record label called Heavyweight Records with rapper Ice Cube, closely connected to the label from the very beginning. Terry also had a huge passion for lowrider cars. It was actually pretty known around the nation through this. Now, Terry wasn't just some random person in Suge's orbit. Him and Suge had known each other for years, and actually Suge looked at
Damn. That's funny. Just thinking about it's funny.
Terry as
It
a
really
friend,
is.
and the two came up together as young men in Compton before rising through the music industry in different ways. Suge through Death Row and Carter through Heavyweight Records with
My grandpa actually got a college education and everything. Not sure how that happened. And most unlike, yeah, maybe the conversation was right. I don't know. For me, if I can have a full conversation with you when I'm turning weird, I'll instantly marry you on the spot. I don't know why. It's just like, if she was beautiful, that would be a bonus, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for if I can have a full conversation, any topic, any subject, like any topic, and you're not gonna be weirded out about it, or you're not gonna kind of try to twist it on me, then I will marry you on the spot.
Ice Cube. Terry Carter had also reportedly been trying to help repair the
You know, if I had a ring, I might just propose to you. I don't know. If I had a ring, I would have done it.
relationship between Suge Knight and Dr. Dre. That's why his presence at Tam's Burgers matters. So this was a man who by all means was there to bring peace to the situation. And the story is that he was there as a mediator, someone who basically, created peace.
I think way too deep into everything. Like, you guys are having your own conversation. I don't even know what you're trying to imply in these comments. Like, what is happening? I'm just tailing out what I look in for, like what I look in to a person that I want to potentially spend the rest of my life with. So yeah, that's my criteria. That's my tick box. I want ticked all the time. If I can have hold a full conversation with you without it turning weird, yeah.
And made sure that every person who was there to communicate did so effectively. So he wasn't there as a rival, he wasn't there as an enemy, he was someone who knew the people involved and wanted everyone to get along. And it was confirmed that Terry Carter was not a part of what was about to happen. He was there to help.
It's a full
Now this is what happened.
I don't know that.
According to police accounts and witness statements, deputies responded to the 1200 block of West Rosecrans Avenue in Compton for what was reported as a possible hand-run traffic accident. When they got there, they found Terry Carter lying in the street. Cleabone Sloan was lying in the parking lot. According to witnesses, Suge
Benjamin, stay awake until 12 at least.
Knight had driven up to the location in a pickup truck. While he was still seated inside the truck, he got into an argument with Sloan, who was standing near the driver's side
It's a very
door.
inconvenient
That argument
time
escalated, and then
for me to
according to
stream
the
for
police
you guys.
account,
You
Suge
know
drove
what?
the truck in reverse,
I probably
striking Sloan
stay
and
awake
knocking him to
until,
the
like,
ground.
what,
Then he
3
drove forward
a.m.?
through the parking lot at a high rate
Before?
of speed,
I'm
running
gonna
over
stream
Sloan
again,
a
just
second
for
time,
you, Solo.
and also running over
So you could actually
Terry
be up
Carter.
and fully
After
awake.
that, Suge drove away from the scene. Terry Carter suffered multiple blunt force trauma injuries. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Cleabone Sloan suffered blunt force injuries as well.
Hey, you know, I think Solo just likes me. That's why he stays up for me. He just likes me. You don't have to do that if you don't. You don't have to do it at all. It's fine for you to go to bed. But I'm just saying.
He was also taken to the hospital, treated, and he survived. One of the 911 callers who saw what happened described the same basic sequence in real time. She told the dispatchers that the men were fighting and then the truck pulled back, pulled forward, and ran them over. She said,
You know what? Thank you. Really touched me right in the heart. Right in the chest. Right in the heart. Very much. He likes you. I'll just try and stay up as much as I can. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Hey.
the two men were lying on the ground, and as the truck left the scene, she said she and her passenger.
He does talk about it a lot. Well, because we have very good conversations. I think that's why. I don't know. I think you just, people just come here, say what's on their mind, and have a little bit of back and forth, you know?
Try to follow it and get a picture of the license plate, but before they could do that, the truck was quick enough to leave the scene. That's how fast this went from an argument in a parking lot to a fatal hit-and-run investigation.
That's funny.
Fire department. This car ran over two guys that were fighting, and then he just pulled back and pushed forward and run them over. Two guys are laying down. 142nd, man. What city are you in? Compton, I think. I just passed by.
The deadly hit-and-run was eventually connected to Suge Knight. After leaving the scene, Suge abandoned his vehicle in a parking lot in Westwood, about 20 miles north of Compton. The red 2-ton Ford F-150 Raptor truck was later found by police, and Suge Knight eventually turned himself in to the authorities at approximately 3 in the morning the following day.
What up, Suge?
He was
Oh, and yeah, this is. I've been trying to figure. So A and Solo. Okay, so you're trying to come over here to Australia. Which part though? Like, are you coming to Melbourne? Are you going to Sydney, New South Wales, Queensland? Like, where are you going? Like, I'm actually kind of interested in this. Where are you going particularly? Like, which state going?
charged with murder, attempted first-degree murder, and 2 counts of hit-and-run.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. I mean, I've traveled Australia, like, just driving generally. I just traveled Australia. You can get a lot of places here just driving. It's just like America, but with not as long roads and crazier traffic. Oh, so if you're gonna stop at Sydney, yeah, okay, yeah, stop at Sydney because that's like tourist spot destination. Everyone goes. Everyone goes to Sydney to see the Opera House and stuff. You know? Hey, I mean, good on you. I mean, move anywhere, right? You have the freedoms to do it. Yeah, I think everyone's tired of Trump. Let's just be honest. Everyone's tired of Trump. Everyone's tired of him. Everyone's tired of him, for sure. Oh my god, yeah. That is true. He's like a he's like a toddler type of. Like, you don't know what he's gonna do. He's so unpredictable. So romantic. Oh my god, so romantic. It is. It is, yeah. If he's fully vetted, if the guy's fully vetted, then go ahead. I'm just, for me personally, I won't be doing that because I need to know fully, like, you're with me to the end. Then I'll decide moving over to the person. That's just it. I'm going to see Spiders. Actually, spiders aren't that bad. Actually, there was this one time when I was like sleeping. Of yeah, yeah. There was a spider that was literally on top of like the ceiling where I was sleeping. Like the bed's on the floor on top of the ceiling. I wake up and there's just this big spider just right above me. And I just moved on to the rest of my day. You see spiders everywhere. You get used to it. You get used to it. Snakes is a bit, but it's not that bad. You can kind of like move it, but yeah, it's just that yeah. Wildlife here is just natural. I think yeah, Australians just like wildlife and their animals. So yeah. Not really. Again, if you live in Australia, let's just be honest, if you live here, you're used to the wildlife just entering your house. Okay. Alright. 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 I'm not that scary. Alright. I'm very lovable, alright? I'm not that scary. You know? At all. I'm not. I can be scary, but I choose not to. I choose not to.
So let's talk about each of those first. Prosecutors argue that Suge Knight intentionally used
Yeah, I am. All my friends have said that. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
his truck as a deadly weapon, that this was not an accident and it was not self-defense. They stated. Suge's defense argued the opposite. His attorneys
I wouldn't even hurt a fly. Technically, that's not wrong. But you know the saying, right? You know the saying.
said a dangerous situation. He was not trying to hurt anyone. Now, I'm not going to tell you which version is true or not, because the truth is, a jury never decided. Suge actually never went to trial. What I can tell you is that the defense had some serious issues working against them. Two of Suge's former attorneys were later indicted for allegedly attempting to bribe potential witnesses and were reportedly trying to manufacture testimony, suggesting that there were guns at the scene in order to support the self-defense argument. That's of course not a detail that helps the self-defense credibility. And the surveillance footage, which was a part of the evidence and reviewed in court, showed what it showed. The most painful part about this case is
Benjamin wouldn't even try. The fly would eventually get the upper hand. Damn, Benjamin, Are you gonna let him disrespect you like that? He said a very disrespectful comment right there. He said a fly could win over you. That's very disrespectful. Uh,
Terry Carter. Whatever happened in that parking lot, whatever, or however you want to interpret the confrontation, whatever you believe about the intent, Terry Carter was not Suge's enemy. He wasn't there to fight. He literally came over. I mean, he went there to smooth the situation over. He was a peacemaker who walked into the wrong moment. His widow, Lillian, later wrote a letter that was read in court. She said, when you search her husband's name, you don't find anything about who he really was, his role in the community, what he meant to his family, what kind of man he was. What you find is the footage of the moment he died. He was so much more than the guy the defendant killed with his truck, she wrote. He was my husband, my best friend, my provider. Suge pleaded not guilty to all the original charges and spent the next 3 years in county jail awaiting trial. The case moved slowly. Delays, legal motions, attorney changes. By some counts, Suge apparently went through more than a dozen lawyers over the course of the case. And then just days before the jury selection was scheduled to begin, everything changed. On September 20th, 2018, nearly 4 years after the incident at Tam's Burgers, Suge Knight walked into the Los Angeles courtroom and entered a plea. Not guilty, not innocent, no contest. If you're not familiar with what no contest means, here's a simple version. It's not the same as saying you did it, but it's also not a denial. What it means legally is that you're accepting the punishment without formally admitting guilt. In practical terms, for sentencing purposes, it functions the same as a guilty plea. The case is over, you're done fighting, and Suge Knight was done fighting. By that point, this case had already produced some surreal courtroom moments. At one of his early hearings in 2015, his bail was set at $25 million.
damn. Damn, that's a lot of money. We should be used to it, so.
Around that same period, Suge collapsed in court and had to receive medical attention. That moment became one of the first visuals people saw from this case. Not the untouchable death row boss from the 90s. Not the man people whispered.
I mean, if my bail was set at 25 million, I don't think I'll be able to breathe at that point. I don't think I would be able to. Sungasa win might take him away, so like keep him away from Tasmania. Hey, Tassie's nice. My friend's down there in Tassie. My friend moved to Tasmania with his girlfriend. He's still there. But he said he was gonna come to the mainland, so he might be coming back to Melbourne for a job because he can't get one there. Yeah, nah. 25 million for a bail is crazy. Couldn't be me. Like personally, I'll try to seduce the judge at that point. Like 25 million, there's no fucking way I'll be able to pay that off. No, actually there's actually New South Wales isn't that expensive. Queensland isn't that expensive. Canberra isn't that expensive. Sydney, oh no, actually no, Canberra is expensive because it's next. Yeah, Sydney is expensive for sure, but like when you get to the like near the outback areas, like the desert areas, it gets less and less expensive. But because there's not that much jobs out there, people don't move there, so they stay in the inner cities. Like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. All those like inner cities, people stay there. But yeah, we have like a lot of land that we don't use because it's so hot. Like it's like if you live there, you're wanting to like die at that point. Yeah, it is. It is. It is very hot actually. Like if you don't have an air conditioner, oh my god, bro! If you don't have aircon, just do a little prayer because I don't know how you're gonna survive the summer. Straight, no clothes, straight underwear everywhere. Like you're just walking around the house with no clothes on. That's how hot it gets sometimes.
About in the industry, but an older Suge Knight in the courtroom, facing a murder case with a bail number so high, it made it clear how serious this had become. And by 2018, the situation was even heavier.
This is all rooms. Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes. I think not when we moved here, but like we lived at a house before that had no AC. So this is gonna be a weird visual to just imagine no AC, no fan, straight naked, just walking around. That was me. That was me when I moved. Like when I was living at my old house. That was me. Like it was actual hell. So the next house we chose to live in, it was mandatory we had an AC. Mandatory. Like if the house doesn't have an AC, we were not moving in there. Basically, that's how important it is.
Now here's something important to understand about why he took that plea deal. So this plea didn't just resolve the Terry Carter case.
It's a weird visual to imagine, but yeah, that's just life here in Australia. It gets very hot very quickly. You have to wear a lot of sunscreen or you will get sun cancer because the UVs are very, very high. Yeah. And you also have to, you always have to look at bushfire warnings. If your area is in the vicinity of a bushfire, you have to move. You have to like leave everything and move out of there. Because you don't know how quick the bushfires would catch and just spread everywhere. It's very hard to combat bushfires here. We have like years and years of experience, so we can manage it. Because we have like years of experience with bushfires. But yeah. Yeah, the like bushfires are very big, very dangerous here. Very big and dangerous. Like there's apps for that. Well, it's not someone putting the fire, like the forest on fire. It's literally the sun just, if there's dead grass somewhere, hitting that part of it, and then boom. It's not bad. It's not. It's not actually. No, it is yearly. It's actually yearly. I'm not even joking. It is yearly. So I don't think we've had any major bushfires that would end up on your news, but we have like a little bit of it, not major. Tornadoes and hurricanes. They're saying nothing. That is true. I don't think we've ever experienced a hurricane or a tornado before. Just add on the bad.
It resolved 3 separate criminal cases at once: the hit-and-run manslaughter case, the Cat Williams camera robbery case from 2014, and the threatening communications case involving F. Gary Gray. From 3 cases, 1 agreement. Prosecutors made it clear if Suge went to trial and was convicted on all original charges across those 3 cases, he was potentially looking at up to 100.
I have Kentucky got hit hard by a tornado and actually remembered it. Do you forget when you get hit by a tornado? Wait. Explain that. Like, you get hit by a tornado. Do you normally forget it? I'm so confused. I'm just confused. Like, do you forget it? Like, that's confusing. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's a bit confusing for me. You remembered it. 100% it would be traumatizing, but there's no but actually. No, it'll just be traumatizing. I don't know.
100 years to life in prison. So Suge Knight, of course, took 28 years as a plea deal to avoid.
Oh yeah, that is true. A's right. That is like Wizard of Oz. That's the exact same thing that happened. The Wizard of Oz, basically. Yeah, that is exactly what happened. So it's weird that you didn't wake up in wherever she woke up in, you know. You live in Pennsylvania. Is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be an insult? I love it. I love it. I love it. I wish we could use that. It's like, oh my god! I told my friend, you shut up. You live in Queensland. That would make no sense. Who the fuck's from Pennsylvania? But you're living with Dracula at that point.
A number he'd never come back from. But also, let's talk about why it was 28 years. Because that number doesn't just come from nowhere. And the way it breaks down tells you everything about what this whole story has actually...
Wait, does Pennsylvania not have KFC? Damn. I feel sorry for you. If Pennsylvania does not have KFC, I don't know how you're enjoying life right now. That is true. Well, we'll also have to say a quick thank you to the Colonel of KFC. Oh, okay. Wait, so what? Okay, never mind.
Been about. The charge he pleaded guilty to, voluntary manslaughter, carried a base sentence of 11 years in California. That was a starting point. But Suge didn't have a clean record. He had decades of criminal history, including prior felony convictions. And in California, there is a law called the 3 Strikes Law. The basic idea is this: if you have prior serious or violent felony convictions on your record, the courts can double your sentence when you're convicted of a new one. Suge had those prior convictions, so the 11 years got doubled. That's 22. Then there was a 5...
Alright, let's open up this. Oh. Are you really wanting me to react to tornadoes? I mean, Pennsylvania might have delicacies, right? They might have invented a food that nobody knows about, but everybody loves, right?
Your enhancement for a prior serious or violent felony, and because the truck was treated as a deadly weapon in his case, 1 more year was added on top of that. 11 plus 11 plus 5 plus 1, 28 years. Suge Knight's criminal record, which was built during the death row era, became part of the math that doubled his sentence. Decades later, the same chapter of his life that made him powerful is the chapter that made the punishment worse. On October 4th, 2018, Suge Knight was sentenced to 28 years in state prison. The daughter of Terry Carter described Suge Knight as a truly disgusting, selfish disgrace to the human species. The most feared man in hip-hop, the man who had once controlled one of the most powerful labels in music, who had made executives nervous and artists careful, who had operated for decades like
Kentucky weather is weird. I remember one day there was a scam wind couple all the way down the neck. Tornado. Scam window.
the rules didn't fully apply to him, was taken away in an orange jumpsuit. He was sent to Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego. At the time of making this video, Suge Knight is still in prison. His earliest possible parole eligibility, based on public available records, is October 2034. He'll be
34, damn. I don't know. For me, again, I just don't see the appeal of prison. I really don't. I don't see the appeal of prison at all. I mean, prison is just not something I would ever want to be in. You know? At all. I mean, yeah. No, I just don't see the appeal of it. It's like, it's hard to explain, but like, I don't know why people like it though. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Me and Solo, we've talked about this before. Solo and I have talked about this before. Yeah, I think yesterday and the day after that as well. What? No, 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 no. I've seen the comments, okay? I'm not ignoring you, Solo. Alright? Again, you were my number one chatter, so I can never ignore you. Yeah, but because I actually want to have this conversation. Yeah, so you said they like it because it makes them look tough. That yes, it does make them look tough, but at the end of the day, I'm not. I am not. All right, but at the end of the day, it's just like, why though? Like, I mean, toughness when it comes to like rap music and streets are all good and all, but those are the same people that's gonna bail you out after you do something stupid, right? This is just me. I feel like, I don't know. I would never do that to look tough. Basically, at that point, you lose your freedoms and you lose your autonomy at all. Like, you are literally just a child or like a puppet, just doing whatever the prison system wants you to do. You know? He was thugging. Literally. Yeah. Do you want to explain what your mentality was when you were a kid? Can you explain that? He was thugging. Do you want to explain like what was going through your mind if you can remember how you like got into that crowd? If, for me, I could have landed in that crowd, but there was like a lot of things that happened to me during like growing up that kind of put me off to like street life and stuff. I don't know. If it's all right with you, you don't have to share if you don't want to. If it's all right with you, though, I want to kind of, because you're someone that Okay, so you were raised in a white neighborhood. Okay. So did you what like did you feel like you weren't okay. Okay, okay. Yeah. For me, I think the reason why I didn't kind of end up on this like and no, that's good though. That's good. If you live a simple, I think living a simple life is the best option for everybody. You know, I think yeah, everyone just looks down on living a simple life. I think just have like being content and being happy with where you are or what you have in life is like very good. I don't think so. I mean, I don't really think so. There are white rappers out there that have done atrocious shit. So I don't think so. I don't think they would laugh. You just kind of have to drop down to their level, and then they'll kind of respect you for that. I guess you could say. Slug, slug a T. Okay. Yeah. Because I have, I wouldn't say. Okay. All right. All right. I hope I didn't give you any advice that would come off wrong.
On the evening of
Let's look at your tornado thing you sent me. Look at it.
December 10th, 2021, a worrying combination of atmospheric conditions would lead to a devastating outbreak of tornadoes across the Mississippi and Ohio River valleys. Its consequences would shake the region to its core and leave everything in its path unrecognizable. One of the tornadoes in this outbreak would be particularly devastating.
Oh yeah, around my area where I live, I like it. I like to. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. And before that, oh yeah, there was actually a house that burnt down around my area. Milk and cookies. Okay. Yeah, there was like a house that burnt down around my area. I don't know how. I don't know if it was. I think it was arsonists because cops did come around interviewing people, like getting statements if they saw whoever did it. But yeah, we're gonna look for. I rather you don't do that. I really don't like. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go antagonizing people here. Cause like, again, you guys have guns, so you can shoot from afar. We have knives here, so you have to fight. You have to fight up close. You can. Anything can happen. If you don't know how to handle a knife properly. Yeah. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Just don't. You know. Yeah. Hey, I have an idea to stop gun violence. This is what our government did. So they put boxes around the city for criminals or people to put their knives in. So I think that might be a great idea for you guys to use in America as well. To stop your gun violence. Just put boxes around your city and get everyone to put their guns in there. That could work.
Leaving untold devastation, injuring hundreds and claiming the lives of 57. An unseen monster masked by the darkness of night. Today, we discuss the Mayfield tornado.
They will take the guns out of the box. Yeah, but hey, our government thought it was a good idea. They actually did it. and no one put their knives in there. What? Like for me, I couldn't see that coming. I thought everyone was just gonna listen to what the government said. You know, I thought they were just gonna listen to the government, but I guess they didn't because they never put their knives in there. Crazy, huh? Yellow. Me and Benjamin went the knives in it. Yeah, they're trying to ban knives, like zombie knives, so like huge knives. I know about kitchen knives. How would kitchen knives and butter knives work? They're trying to like ban this here in Australia, like being able to own a knife. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, but again, I don't know. Because you can ban things, but people are just gonna become more creative, you know? It's kind of hard, like toting the lines there. It's kind of hard because you can ban things. People are just gonna find a new way to hurt each other. Like that, I think that is human nature. You're gonna find ways to hurt each other. It's like you can't really stop that. There are good people in the world. That's true. Yeah, we are just good at adapting. Like we are creatures that adapt suspiciously well. Don't you agree? Suspiciously well. No, I'm joking. But seriously though, yeah, it's just like you can ban as much things as you want, but at the end of the day, if you don't take away like the free will of individuals, they're just gonna come up with new ways to hurt each other. It's an endless cycle that I could not care for. You know? I mean, instead of putting your brains together to find helpful ways to help human beings, people will people will always think of the most horrendous ways to hurt people. I'm not like a full pacifist. I'm not like, hey, if someone attacks your whole country or family or something, you shouldn't do anything about that. Not like that. But I just don't like seeing violence. You know, I just don't like seeing people getting hurt. Even if they have different thing of views from me. It just makes me sick. You guys are a very good example of adapting. How else would you talk to me every day without crashing out? Yeah. Okay. All right. That weird. Sam, I had what is that? Bill on sea and blood. Maybe I'm just dyslexic. I can't read that, but oh, oh no, I don't think that's what he meant. Um, just give me a second. Let me look up that word. I actually don't know what that word means. Like, Silicon, silicon. I don't know what that V words mean. That would explain why. Okay, I can't spell. Um. Oh, violence. Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks. Okay, so it was violence. Um. I don't know. I feel like for me, yeah, for me, it's I care about every single individual like person, right? Like for me, I don't. I care about people, but there is there's a line to where I will stop caring about you. Um, I they act rough, but I feel like they touch stuff. So I always try to find the good in everyone. Yeah, for sure. I also try to find the good in everybody because everyone has goodness in them, right? I always look for the the bad, and then once I find it, there's no going back. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's kind of a weird way to look at life, finding bad in everybody. But you can observe people. You can find bad traits in them that you might not like. But I think everyone has a bit of good in them. There's a line for sure where I'll get to where Solo is for sure, where I find the bad and I just don't want to interact with you. But for any interaction I go into, I always try to find something I like about somebody. I try not to look for bad of the person for sure. If you're trying to look, yeah, I find it Benjamin Alien's quite. Okay, okay, all right, Solo. Yeah, I know, because if you try to find the bad in everybody, you're gonna come in with like you know, about the person or stuff. So yeah, just that. Trust me. You guys are actually I can't even lie. There is some stuff America does well, and it's kind of yeah. I promise this is how I talk. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. The thing I think America does very well is like not like the best, but you guys can kind of subtly smash out like the racist parts here. Because here in Australia, I don't want to dub everyone in, but here in Australia, like I have been, trust me, someone has said the most racist shit towards me, to my face. It's insane. Like I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just that. Here as well. Here as well, unfortunately. Yeah. Like it's to the point where they'll say something racist and they don't think it's racist, right? They'll say like I'm not saying like take everything personally. I don't do that. I've learned to do that over the years. Like always hearing racist shit remarked like towards me. I've just adapted to not like just ignoring it fully. To the point is like, okay, I really don't care what you say. But yeah, it just took years of actually like building up that like wall, you know? I don't know. It's not as bad in America than it's here in Australia. It's not that bad. Yeah. Bad about me. Yeah, I think yeah. No, but I've just heard it constantly. So killing fish. It's definitely bad here in the south. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Again, I just don't. No, I've just adapted to it. Like I've talked to my therapist about this because I used to be friends with somebody that was like hella racist. I'm not even joking. Like I used to be friends with him. Like every 2 seconds is just something racist coming out of his mouth. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Let me just check something.
The morning of December 10th seemed no more exceptional than the days prior, aside from some unusually warm and pleasant weather for what was supposed to be winter. Many residents were carrying on with their daily activities, preparing for the upcoming holidays. However, unseen to the average person, the building blocks of a major disaster are assembling above their heads. A deep, upper-level trough is moving in from the west. As it crosses the Rocky Mountains, a surface low develops and starts to drift northeast. As it does so, unseasonably warm and moist air is being drawn in from the Gulf of Mexico. Dew points across the warm sector soar into the mid to upper 60s, with temperatures breaking records for December. This contributes to CAPE values of 1,500 to 2,000 joules per kilogram. Winds in the warm sector change rapidly in both intensity and direction with altitude, leading to a strongly sheared environment. The intense wind shear and ample instability are forming an environment favorable for the formation of long-track, intense rotating thunderstorms called supercells. These storms can produce torrential rainfall, severe winds, hail, and most concerning of all, intense tornadoes. Noting the risk for severe weather, the Storm Prediction Center denotes a level 4 out of 5 moderate risk for the area, including the risk for strong nocturnal tornadoes. The environment is primed. All that is needed is a trigger.
Bad Benji. Go to Oklahoma and you'll see a tornado like every day. Is it really that bad over there? Is it really that bad?
Storms would initiate in northeastern Arkansas and slowly organize as they drifted northeast. One of these cells would organize into a powerful supercell and around 7 p.m. produced its first tornadoes. Locals and storm chasers would observe several brief, weak tornadoes, including 2 on the ground simultaneously as the storm approached the south side of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Racing off to the northeast of Jonesboro, the supercell would produce its 5th and first violent tornado. The tornado would cause its first damage at 7:07 p.m. Central Standard Time, inflicting minor EF0 to EF1 damage early on before quickly
during certain months, I believe it's because of the cold from Canada and the heat from Gulf of Mexico.
intensifying to EF2 strength. The tornado then intensified to EF3 strength as it struck the city of Monette, causing severe damage, injuring many, and claiming its first life as the storm impacted the Monette Manor nursing home, causing significant damage to the structure.
But
the tornado would continue to cause
that area, we call Tornado Alley is east into Arkansas and Missouri. Missouri. Oh my god, I can't speak. I literally can't speak. I'm sorry.
severe damage as it impacted the town of Leachville, Arkansas, and claimed another
I'm so embarrassed reading this shit out. I'm so sorry.
as it destroyed a Dollar General. The tornado fluctuated in intensity as it crossed into Missouri before abruptly becoming violent as it approached the town of Hayti, causing EF4 damage and claiming 2 more victims, one of which was tragically a 9-year-old girl.
Damn.
The tornado would again become violent after crossing the Mississippi River into Tennessee, impacting the town of Tiptonville, where 3 more would perish.
After this, we're going to be watching outdoor boxing, by the way. I'm just going to say this now. After... Get to 6 minutes, because we're going to be watching outdoor boxing. We're going to be betting on this one, though. Me and Sully, we watched that. It's entertaining, and it's in America, so shit goes crazy.
The tornado would claim its final victim as it impacted the town of Sandburg before finally dissipating at 8:36 p.m. Central Standard Time after traveling for more than 80 miles and claiming 8 lives. This tornado, with estimated peak winds of 170 miles per hour, received an EF4.
I mean, didn't you bet on a black person when we were fighting and he got knocked out straight away? I mean, maybe that was me. Was that me or was that you? I swear it was you, but maybe it was me. I don't know.
Rating. Following this EF4, the storm began to cycle as it approached the Kentucky border.
Can we see the actual...
tornado would inflict its first damage near the Woodland Mills area before racing off to the northeast and rapidly intensifying as it crossed the border into Kentucky. On approach to Casey, Kentucky, the tornado became violent, sweeping many structures off their foundations and badly damaging the fire department. The tornado claimed one life and injured several others before exiting Casey. Damage here would peak at low-end EF4 intensity. The tornado continued its track to the northeast,
Damn. Okay.
putting in deep scour marks and trenches into the ground, indicating it was still extremely violent. The tornado continued to inflict significant damage as it drew closer and closer to
Very thankful. Don't want you hurt. You know what? Like, reading A's comments to Solo's comments, I feel like big bro, little bro. I really do. I get that from you both. He's worried about you. You could care less.
the city of Mayfield, Kentucky, a city of more than 10,000 people.
The debris ball is now coming into Mayfield. Send some prayers to Mayfield right now. Let's keep our friends in prayer.
The tornado roared into the southwestern fringes of Mayfield around 9:25 p.m. at EF4 intensity, obliterating several well-built structures, sweeping their.
Damn! Look at that. Holy shit. Oh, God damn, look at all the destruction. I mean, I've seen burnt places, but like, that's like obliterated. It's like a. Make it a tool where I can screenshot this. This looks insane. I'm sorry, this really does look insane. Imagine buying a house though. Like, imagine buying a house and this shit happened to you, bro. At that point, it's like, why? Like, at this point, I feel like I'm being targeted, you know? By Mother Nature. I feel like I'm being targeted. Like, oh, well. So, like, I was a bus driver. I don't want, I'm doing weight on my, crawl. What? Yeah, like low key didn't care. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is crazy though. Wait, both. Oh my, okay, so, yeah, nah. Low-key W stepdad. W stepdad. But yeah, nah. I could never, if this is, yeah, I could never buy a house in Kentucky. I'm just saying. If I even get to that point. I don't know if I am gonna get to that point though. But yeah, like, seeing this kind of doesn't even. Yeah.
Foundations clean of debris and.
No, be mad. No, be mad.
Shredding a candle factory to the ground with more than 100 workers inside.
One thing I know is chill like that. Solo's chill like that. He can be threatened up close, but he'll walk away being friends with the robber. I feel like that's Solo. He'll be robbed, but at the end of the robbery, he'll be friends with the person.
Resulting in 8 deaths and numerous injuries. With it now clear that a violent tornado would hit the heart of Mayfield, the National Weather Service issued a tornado emergency. At 9:26 p.m., Mayfield was swallowed by the ferocious winds of the tornado. The twister.
Oh my God, bro! The amount of sadness this caused is kind of hard to believe. I don't know, the amount of sadness this caused people. It's like, imagine putting your whole life savings, imagine putting all your money just to buy like a decently cheap house maybe in this area, and then without knowing, a tornado comes and just destroys everything. Yeah, 100%. Just thinking about it, it's kind of sad, isn't it? Like, you're not like, yeah, just thinking about it's kind of sad.
Directly impacted the downtown area, destroying several well-built multi-story buildings.
There was another actually a lot closer to me, and it actually got one of my favorite towns. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh no! Oh, that's sad. That's sad, bro. You're already being fucked by the school system. Then a tornado comes and makes it worse.
As it carved its way through the center of the city. Businesses and residences alike were swept away into the deadly vortex as debris was lofted to more than 30,000 feet into the air. 22 would perish before the tornado's wrath had finished with the city. Inflicting high-end EF4 damage, the tornado exited Mayfield and drew its sights on the city of Benton, where another tornado emergency would be issued.
Alright, let's get this video up and about. Was it this one? Okay, I'm gonna add this to like one of my timelines for sure. But I actually want to get into the backyard boxing. I've been preparing for that. So Benjamin. Nah, no worries. I'm just gonna make another tab for this. I'm just gonna call this tab Island Solo's Endeavors. I'm just gonna call that that. I'm just gonna put it, yeah. This is this. You have your own tab island, by the way, Solo. Just
May
know
16th,
that.
2024.
Just know that you have your own tab island. Yeah, we'll get to that video for sure. But I want to get to like saying. I'm not gonna go for the hour. I want like a very short. Okay. Let me just pop this out for you, because I don't know which one to. Let's watch the 12-minute videos. Then after that, we're gonna show the song that we were listening to yesterday. Then we're gonna get to your tornado thing. We're not actually betting with money. It's just verbal betting here.
6'5", 173. I see. Should happen.
6'5". If this guy's actually 6'5", what are you doing here? What are you doing boxing, my boy? Should be in the gym right now, working hard. I'm going with the white. Well, I'm going with this guy. I feel like this guy could do a lot of damage. I really do. I feel like this guy could do a lot of damage. Let me just move my camera so you can at least actually like see the names of the people. Right here. There we go. I moved it, so now you can see it.
5'9", 160 pounds.
Who do you have? You don't have to bet anything. You don't have to bet anything.
Fight name, division, and I don't know. We're gonna see.
Fellas, come together. Please, touch gloves.
What? But you can trust a New Zealander? Yeah. No. This is no. That is you can trust us. You know. We're Australian, but hey, you can trust us.
Back up. Y'all both know the rules. All right.
All right.
Let's get it popping.
Let's see who wins.
Take the center, dude.
Yeah. I mean, we are forced to vote. And most of the time we don't even want to vote. That's the thing. Follow the Kiwis. I think it's the other way around. They follow us. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Like, if you don't want to vote, you guys don't have to vote in America. But here, it is mandatory. Or you do get fined a shit ton of money. So I think the last time I voted, I'm not even joking. The last time I voted, I just put all the names on a wheel and just spin it. So whoever landed first, I'll just put 1 to their name, 2 in. Yeah, it's weird. Hey. Solo, your guys. Yeah. Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This guy just stood the fuck. My man's not the. What the hell was that? My man just stood back up, shaking it off. Brother.
Hey, not on the chin, buddy. Take him on the chin like that.
Step this way for me. Over here. Step this way.
You're fine. Hey, you can't take
We could use somebody like this. I'm not even gonna lie. We could use somebody like him. He's not defending.
Medic!
This is like a one-sided beatdown. He's not defending anything.
Go to ball! Talk about!
God of War, 5'9", 155. Here for war.
Wing C, 5'6", 140.
So who do you have? Who do you have between those? The one with the headband or the one with the earphones? Let's go, God of War. What do you mean, let's go, God of War? I swear to God, you just say the strangest things ever. I mean, doesn't even look anything like Kratos.
Mouthpiece! Mouthpiece! Yeah, baby.
Thank you.
Street Beast, round 1, let's work.
I can't complain about this, brother. Stay on your feet. On your feet. On your feet.
Right name Iron Dragon, 138. It's my first fight. Let's get it.
The gentleman from Pittsburgh, 5'5".
Come on, man. Hand raised? You want your hand raised or not?
Pittsburgh.
Done?
In the house.
Obey my commands. No hit behind the head, no knee.
No problem. You're welcome.
Knees to the head. Less work.
I'm just intrigued. I don't even like body parts, sir. Goodness. Damn.
Nice. Come on, don't have Go, Brandon. Boom, boom. Yep, jab, jab, jab. Here's gonna go. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go.
Get the underhooks. Boom. Yep. Nice. Good job. Hey, kick this out. Leg kick. And bring that back.
Is intrigued by the American shit. See every day. Well, I am. You know, I'm from Australia. Not that much interesting shit happens here, so. $50. 50. I'll pay $50 to watch that. I'll pay $50 to watch that. Easy 100 right there.
Don't let him grab the knee. Nope. Inside leg. Lower. Spinning head. Keep it tall. There you go. Check those kicks. Don't be afraid to catch it. Show something high. Those leg kicks. Keep showing your hand. Little jab. Boom. Boom. Move your hands. Get your grapevine thing. Go ahead. Call them out. Hey, yo.
That move though, would you be would you use that move on somebody? Solo at A. Would you use that move on somebody?
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
That would be rock hard.
Hold it. Breathe, Taz. Breathe, bro. Push your hip scour. Push your hip scour. Breathe. Get that torque on your neck. Breathe it.
I know fight. Hug it out. Yeah. Well, technically they are hugging it out right now, right? Technically, if I block the head, it looks like they're hugging it out. Like, oops, I forgot. I got.
He's fine. You don't got it. Straight now. He's fine. 30 seconds. Let's go. No, he got it. He got it. Come over. He got it. He got it. He push your hip scour. Don't let him hit his hip. Break out of that. Down, Brandon. Keep those grapevine legs. Keep pushing it up. Need an elbow. 7. Need an elbow. Come on, Brandon. You gotta hold out. Use your left hand to hit his body. The bell's gonna ring anyway. Come on. Time.
That was impressive. Like, oops, sir. Okay, this is how it's gonna be. Well, they're gonna be hugging on the floor. Yeah, I think so too.
So don't forget to show at least something there. The low kicks are good. Stay a little bit lower. That way he just needs to try and grab. That means that kind of grab her.
That's all he got is kicks. You go for that takedown, he can get it.
You see him trying to throw them knees, bro. I see you.
Well, I can't answer that. I can't reply to that one. I think you're just gonna sit with that one, Solo. You're gonna sit with that one.
I'm trying to grab it, bro. Grab that. He don't think you got it.
He was blocking all that good.
Yeah, he think he's gonna get off with them kicks. Fuck that. Yeah, let him throw that shit. Grab that shit.
He gonna try that shit with that spinning, that spinning heel kick shit. Don't let none of that
fuck all that.
Last one. Who's next? Who's next?
You're gonna be getting it after the. You know what? You said that, not me. You wrote that, not me. You wrote that, not me.
Marissa, who's next?
He's getting way too excited, isn't he?
Yeah, my name is Old Boy David.
I put my bets on Old Boy David. I put my bets on Old Boy David. I'm just saying. I put my bets on him. He's winning.
Height is a 5'5".
Mouth guard on the
and my
floor.
weight for 144 pounds. My age is 51.
Texas from North Carolina.
Texas. 5'10". Yeah. Yeah, that very creative name. I quite like it. Quite like it. Very creative. I'm just gonna say it now. Very creative.
5'10". Don't care. I'm here to put warheads in fucking forehead. Shout out my boys from the 291st Airborne. It's for you. I know. Street beef.
Do you think he's gonna win? You actually, I don't. I put my bets on fucking old boy. I put my bets on him because this is
showtime.
That was
ready?
That was
You
a cringy
ready?
speech.
Round one, fight! Good sportsmanship.
Hey, you don't want to take it down.
Ooh, he's in. Ooh, he's moving.
Talking shit, come on. Yeah. Oh, break. Good sportsmanship. Fight! Good work, guys.
Jab in the middle.
Stay patient.
Give me an ankle. 1 minute.
Oh my god.
Short elbows there.
Sit down, hands up.
Team. You know that one. Whoa! Fight!
Nah, I think I've been most impressed with this fight. I can't even lie. The dodging is I think it's instincts at this point, right? Because I feel like the dodging has been so fucking good. The hit's solid too. You can hear it too. It's just goddamn. Yes, exactly. Great reaction speed. I don't know about the mouth movements. I don't know where you're going. Where you're going there, Solo. I don't know where you're going there, but yeah, I agree with A for sure.
Damn. Hey, keep your jab out. Keep your jab out with that body. 30 seconds.
30 seconds left.
I feel like nah, bro. Ooh!
Hands up.
Down the pipe.
This is fucking
Straight
awesome.
right down the pipe. 9, 8, 7, 6.
5.
That's round. That's round. 2. Good work, guys. Back to your great play.
Break the time. Stop trying to knock the block off. Yeah.
No, I really do think Old Boy actually might. He has better performance. He really does. He just has better performance. I mean, he's just been swinging he's just using momentum. He's just swinging. He's not really thinking. The guy's blocking, going for legs, going for thighs. You know, trying to weaken them there. He went for the submission. Didn't work out. I don't know. I don't have faith in Texas. I really don't.
Look, every time he throws, he bends down like this. Stick with that jab. Wait until he throws that hook and then nail him.
Unk at times was abusing the air with his... Yeah, that is true. I did see that. But I choose to ignore that. I choose to ignore it.
You don't need to throw everything 100%. Just get him tagged up a couple times.
No, I really think he's just going to be aiming for the legs. I think he just knows. He's going to just try kicking him in the legs more. Because that's what I'll do. He was swinging at Ghost or something. Yeah, I think he was just dodging more. Mostly he was just ducking. He was ducking half of the time. So, yeah.
Something else, and then right as I heard the pop.
Round 2, you know what we do. You ready? You ready? Fight!
Let's go!
This is somebody's father, by the way. Oh, like, this is somebody's father, by the way. Imagine you just scrolling through YouTube, and you find your father fighting another person. I would have questions when he gets home. I would have questions. I'm just saying. Yeah, but for real, how do you wake up one day and think, I want to hurt somebody's Asian uncle? Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah, it's like, but maybe they know who they're gonna fight. Maybe they don't know who they're gonna fight. I don't know how this whole thing works, but maybe, I don't know, maybe he just wanted to hurt somebody that day, and he didn't care who it was. But again, I'm not saying that the Asian uncle is like weak or bad or anything. He's actually doing very well. Street Fighter, yeah, Street Fighter in real life. This is literally Street Fighter in real life. I like it. Like, it's... Yeah, no, this is just Street Fighter in real life. Because, like, look at the reach. Height and reach advantage. Like, he has to kind of, like... He has to move into the target. Like, if, right here... Like, the guy has to kind of move into the target to hit him, right? He can just stand he can just stand and just still hit the guy. So it's...
Hey!
It's weird. Ooh. Yeah, see, I was right. He's trying to get his legs. Where are you finding these emotes, bro? Where are you finding these emotes? Because I have to be specific for Kick to add that in. Like, sorry, I need to replay that one more time. Sorry, I need to play that one more time. Look at that.
Down the pipe.
Winner!
Assalamu alaikum.
I gotta close it up, bro. The uncle went crazy. The uncle went crazy, bro. The uncle went crazy. I get weird at night. Hey yo, what are you implying about that? Do you turn into Diddy or something? Diddy 2.0 at nighttime?
عيد مبارك لكل المسلمين بكل العالم. تمنونا الفوز اليوم ان شاء الله راح نفوز وناخذ الحزام. Just want a quick shout out to Street Beef GoPro. Hit me up on Instagram, Bad Company. Shout out to Tusha too. Tusha, what's up?
I'm unknown from Mississippi, representing Orlando, Florida.
So, who do you actually? Before we move on, who are you betting? Middle Eastern or Black? Let's just go with that because I don't know. They didn't put their name on. Oh, so you're going for the black guy? Okay. Okay, I'll go with the Middle Eastern guy then. Just to be opposite of you. I'll go for the Middle Eastern guy. What about A? Who are you picking? I need to know before I start this. Just to keep track. Okay, so you think, okay. So you go for a tie. I go for the Middle Eastern. Solo has the black guy. Okay, let's go.
I'm ready.
Street Beefs. One more title fight. This one for the vacant 185 MMA belt that somebody ran away and left open.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I can kind of guess his personality when he's chats. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I can guess that for sure. And hey, again, nothing wrong with that. I actually commend him for that. Love people like that. Need people like that in your life, by the way. Yeah.
Don't do that running. In this corner, we got Unknown.
He seems like the person that would never hurt anything in the world. Like, he just likes to be in his own corner and just like watch the world. You know? He doesn't like violence. He likes to create. That's what I get. For you, I think for you, I don't have a personality for you yet. I just kind of have to get to know you, because sometimes you're intellectual, right? Like, you have intellectual thoughts. You can articulate them. You have good, understanding. There's also this part of you that's like weird, but in like a weird, funny way. It's kind of, I have to kind of gauge you a little bit more. I don't know. That's all I have to say. It's just that.
7-0 in Satan's backyard. And in this corner, we got Iraqi Assassin. He's 28-3 in Satan's backyard. Be safe, fellas. Fight hard.
One more. That's the word. Yeah, let's say that he's textured. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's very textured for sure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's textured. I might start using that. I think so. Yeah, I'll use that from now on. When I find someone very interesting and I still don't gauge him fully, I just call him textured. Texture could be good or bad. Good texture, bad texture, yeah.
Yeah, look. What the fuck? Yeah, that's what I said.
But Solo, you're good textured. Let me just clear that up. You're good textured.
Meet all time. That's your team fight. Alright. So slow. Let's get this shit on the run. You ready? You ready? Let's fight!
Let's go, Omar. Hands up. Hands up. Yep. Nice.
Put your foot on that edge.
There you go.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, for sure. I agree with A. You are.
Good. Nice. Nice. Good Barry. Turn around. Yep. Nice.
When someone describes you or your personality as textured, almost always a deep, meaningful compliment. A multi-dimensional person with lots of depth and character, life experience. Yes. Take it as a compliment. Exactly. Yes, take that as a compliment. That we mean that wholeheartedly as a compliment. That's all. We mean that.
Double leg. Yep, nice. Fight for underhooks. There you go.
Get off the cage. There you go.
Fight underhooks, Omar. Yeah, start the turn. Start your turn. Yeah, there nice. You go. Relax. Control position. Nice. Pin him up. Yep. Get heavy and relax. Yeah, start fighting inside. I got it, Rob. I got it.
There you go.
Good knees. Nice. Hands up. Hands up, Omar. Go chopping that lead. Good. Nice. Underhook. Body shot. Body shot. You got his stomach. Body shot. You have his stomach. Body shot. Body shot. There you go. Body shot. Body shot. You got his stomach. Don't let him take you down.
Hips in. Nice. Double leg is there. Omar, double leg is there.
There's a gap. There's a gap. You got him. Again, another one. Another one.
I can't say anything about the guy on the screen. And has a nice beard. What more could you ask for?
The body.
Break, throw a hook.
Yeah.
Inside leg shot.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, this is filling me with confidence every single day. I get how some streamers could become very arrogant, you know? You compliment me a lot, so I thank you for that.
Face.
Hands block. 30 seconds.
Cap kicks in there.
30 seconds.
Right there, return.
You know what you're doing?
Commit to it.
Yeah. Right. Hands block. Back. Wrap him up.
Nice.
Well, for that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I actually don't know what you look like personally, so I can't really judge you on your appearance. So I don't know how you actually look like. But yeah. Very cute circles on. Hey, if Benji thinks you're cute, then I have to agree with Benji then.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, now let's go. Let's show the. I'm gonna show Benji the song we were listening to. Yeah, oh my god. No, Spotify. Sorry, Spotify. Yeah, let's show Benji. Let's show Benji the songs we were listening to yesterday. I wanted to gauge his fucking thing.